Hi guys, welcome back. So we're away this weekend on a rally with the CAMC South Wales group, and it is absolutely bucketing it down outside. So we thought we would do our Q&A with you. We've got quite a few questions, haven't we?
I know, can't believe how many of you actually watch us.
I know.
But thank you for everyone who's taken the time out of their busy days and sent us a comment either through the YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. We've had an array coming through for the few days that we asked for. So thank you very much, first of all. We really appreciate that. Because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this at all anyway, would we? No.
Well, we always, the reason we've done it is we always get asked questions anyway, and a lot of the questions are the same. So we thought, well, let's just do a Q&A, and hopefully we'll pretty much cover everything. So that being said, let's get our first question. So our first question is from Carol McCracken on YouTube.
Thanks, Carol.
Right, you've actually sent us two questions. So our first question is, how do you keep on top of everything that involves running and cleaning a house, cleaning and packing the motorhome, looking after 3 gorgeous children, and still manage to get away most weekends? I think I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, because I do all of it. So, yeah, I mean, the key thing really is just trying to be as organised as possible. So generally what I tend to do is I'll take any of the washing and the clothes and that type of stuff from the motorhome when we leave on a Sunday morning, and then I will literally spend Sunday afternoon washing, cleaning, drying it all, and then repacking it that day, so the following weekend we're ready to go. And with the house it's very similar, isn't it? I do tend to
with the house,
clean
to
every
be fair,
day.
yeah, the house we keep on top of every single day. We don't let anything build up. Charlotte is an absolute clean freak, which probably helps because the house is always tidy.
Yeah, if I'm happy, I like to clean. If I'm sad, I like to clean. And if I'm in a mood, I generally like to clean.
So Charlotte cleans a lot. So yeah, and we still manage to get away, most weekends. Yeah. So it's the trick for us is we literally keep on top of it.
A bit every day is rather than letting it build up, isn't it? And
so like for example, we came away in the motorhome yesterday, it's Saturday morning now. And Charles spent about an hour this morning just going around doing a quick few tidies. It's just keeping on top of it and don't letting it build up. So your second question is, what would be your top 5 essential motorhome things you definitely need?
Oh, that's easy. Wine.
Yeah. So we have done a video on motorhome essentials, but I think that covers more than 5 things. If we were to have to say what our top 5 things are right now, I think the first thing would have to be the Supa portable power station. Oh yes, we do love that. The kids use that to keep, we got 3 iPads there, and when you got rainy days like today, it keeps all of those charged. Charlotte could only straighten her hair if we had that and we're off grid. Yeah, well, I am waiting for some 12-volt hair straighteners. She might be waiting a while. So yeah, going back to it, our first one is the Supa portable power station. The second essential for us would be, do you think the Paddock? No, I'd say wine. Charlie's wine. Gotta have the wine. Get the wine, yeah? The third? Coffee. Wine and coffee. Right. The fourth most essential thing? I'd say that the Paddock. Because we do like, if we can cook outside, like this morning we couldn't, it's raining, so if we can cook outside, if you're cooking your bacon and whatnot, you got that oils, we try and do it outside as opposed to in the caravan, and mainly only cook in the caravan when we really have to. He's such a liar. He doesn't cook generally. If there's a Domino's nearby or a Chinese or chips, that's where you're going, isn't it? So the Paddock. No, the Paddock's been well used this year. Done quite a few Barbies, I'll have you know. Alright. And then the 5th most essential item, throws. Your throws is there for your seats. Yeah, well I was going to say the awning, but actually we've managed quite well without the awning this summer, haven't we? I thought when we were caravanners we religiously put the awning up, and we felt that
space was needed every single time we went away.
Yeah, true.
Whereas since we've converted over to the motorhome, we have found that we don't really use the awning that much, do we?
No.
So, but the throws are definitely up there from a girl's point of view, because we've got the leather. Even though they're wipeable, I still like to protect them. So
Just makes them a bit warmer as well, doesn't it? I suppose.
I don't let anyone have carpet in
and
here.
Pillows.
Barry and Barbara, you said they were called?
Oh, so yeah, that would be our top 5 essentials.
There we are. Hope we've cleared that for you anyway, Carol.
Right, so our next questions, right, it's 3 questions, and this is from, I'm hoping I say your name correct, so please forgive me if I don't, is Emir Brown. Emir. On YouTube. So his first question, and we get this one quite often, is what do you both do for jobs, and how does this impact on how you use your motorhome? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm a carpenter, and Charles a nurse. Charles works with term time and I'm self-employed, so it does give us quite a lot of flexibility, you know, for when the kids are off school, the weekends, so that's how we can get out as much as we get out, really, isn't it? We have that flexibility.
We are luckier than some, aren't we?
Yeah.
We do get out a lot. But literally, if we have a day off, we're out.
Yeah.
So we've got the half terms coming up, so I intend to fully be out for the whole week.
Yeah. Well, I think from the middle of, what was it, July to the middle of September, I think we were home for a total of 8 days. The rest of it was all in the van.
Yeah, we could say we're a little bit excited about the van.
Yeah, we got a van problem.
We're always in it. Yeah.
So your next question was, can you both drive the motorhome, or is it just one of you?
Well, I'm not sure if you saw Emir, but I attempted to drive the motorhome in Cheltenham, one of our Cheltenham videos, and although I did okay, I only drove it about 200 yards.
So I think the bottom line is...
I could drive it.
She could drive it.
You just don't, I don't think the man but trusts me enough to drive it, to be fair.
Yeah, I've always driven bigger vehicles, so I've always driven vans, I've had Luton lorries in the past, so I've always driven bigger vehicles and I've always towed the Caravan in the past. So I have that experience. I am happy for Charles to drive it, and we did talk about it that we might, when we say doing a lot of motorway miles, maybe stop at the services, let her take over, just to start getting used to it, because obviously the motorhome does drive a lot different to a car, and Charles not even used to driving a van, so...
No, but I've ridden motorbikes, and I've had various sized cars.
Yeah, so I think, as I said, you'd be quite confident if I was by the side of you and we did it the right way, but for now, yeah, it's just me, but that may change or that may not change.
We'll see, innit? So how do you manage space-wise coming from a Caravan to the lovely motorhome?
Quite well.
Actually, a lot better than I was expecting. Yeah. As I just mentioned previously with Carol's question, actually, the Caravan, I always felt that I needed that awning, that extra room, somewhere for the kids' shoes to go, coats to go. Actually, what I ended up doing was creating more of a living space in the old awnings, and now I feel that we can literally get up and go whenever we need to go. So we don't tend to have as much fuss with the motorhome in that respect.
No, and I think as well, just to backtrack a little bit, we did a lot of research when it came to choosing what motorhome we were going to get. So the layout of this motorhome just gives us so much storage space. We've got the overcab bed, which again frees up a lot of space within the living quarters. So like we've got the U-shaped lounge back here, and then the kids are down at the dinette area, so that they can have their time and we can have our time, or we can, like last night we were all sat up here watching TV. So I personally, to me it feels like there's actually more space in here. Like the last Caravan we had was an Eldest Avanti 868, which is I think it's about 24 foot long.
It was huge.
And it was the 8 foot wide one, and it was a big twin axle.
But it still smells funky.
And that's the one we got rid of the beginning of this year when we made the decision to swap over to here. So if I was to compare it to that one, space wise, I don't feel like this is smaller.
No, but again, with caravans as well, what you find is a lot of them will have that sort of modular drawers set at the back.
Yeah.
So you only ever feel like you've got the two sofas each
side
side.
benches, yeah.
So it's surprising having this part here at the back that, you know, we use a lot, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
And you do feel that you've got that more space going on.
And there's definitely, the storage is a lot smarter, I feel, in here. Like, you know, there's just so many overhead cupboards, and they do, to be fair, make use of every bit of space. So space-wise, prefer the motorhome.
To be honest, I don't think we'd ever go back to a caravan now we've had this. I know that's probably a big, bold statement.
It is a caravan. It's a caravan with an engine on the front.
I just think we don't like towing, do we?
No. Right, Amelia's crying a minute, so we're going to come back to you in a second. Okay, so the next question is from YouTube again, from Peter Lane. Are you nervous about taking the van abroad, or have you toured Europe before?
No, I'm not nervous.
Much. We've toured, right, so we haven't toured Europe before in either a motorhome or a caravan. We have driven abroad and holidayed abroad in sort of France and Europe. Are we nervous about taking the van abroad? Personally, I'm not.
No, I'm not worried about going in the van abroad. I'm not worried about being like on a campsite abroad.
Yes, maybe you definitely wouldn't do wild camping abroad, would you?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, basically, what happened
I've heard horror stories.
Yeah, the beginning of this year, we were on a campsite, and there was actually a rally going on, and we were talking to the rally officer there, and he had a motorhome, and he was talking about motorhomes, and he started telling us this story about how in Europe, parts of Europe, they were using vents to gas people to knock them out when they're sleeping so they could break in and whatnot.
Yeah, taking windows out, breaking in doors.
So obviously Sean's went,
I was like...
and yeah, obviously made her very conscious.
I think it's more because of the children are in the van. And that for me is always... well, all mothers, we all worry about our children and the situations that we put ourselves in. So I think if it was just me and Stu...
you wouldn't be so bothered.
I probably wouldn't be as bothered, no. But
I will say, whilst you know there have been cases on what we've just mentioned with this gassing, it is very, 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 very rare.
Yeah, and actually,
and it's in very particular areas of Europe.
Yeah, and we are hearing a lot more positive stories about the France, for example, and Spain and Scotland and all those sorts of wild night camping spots or park-ups. They are actually well catered for, and I think once I've done one or two I'll probably be okay. I'll put my big girl knickers on, I'll be fine. But yeah, it's just something new, and you know, if anything, we're probably more excited about doing it and experiencing it than we are scared. But that's a good question, so thank you very much. Made me think about it.
So the next question from YouTube again is from, well, Steve. How long have you guys been married,
Too long.
What are your future plans? So the plans are about marriage or travelling? So we've been married for 10 years, coming up 11.
Yeah.
Whew.
Makes out he doesn't know.
And our future plans. So going back, funny enough, the last question relates to this because we have got a lot of plans for Europe next year. We want to take the kids to Disneyland again in France. Mo Hotel have told us about a lovely site called Eurocamp in Germany.
Yeah, I'll try that out definitely.
My top sort of destination where I'm dying to go is Croatia.
Whether or not we do all this in 1 year, mind, it's, you know...
Yeah, you know,
it's something that we want to do, and it's just about, we haven't really sat down and done any planning for any
No, we haven't bothered, because with COVID this year, like we were going to go to France this year in the summer.
Yeah.
But with COVID, we thought whilst it was possible, there was just so many obstacles to jump over. We simply thought it's just not worth it. We're going to enjoy the summer in Britain. We had good weather this summer as well, so we made the most of it.
Oh, we had a lovely time in Britain.
Next year, we definitely want to be doing a lot more, you know, and then even going past that, we want to do Scotland, the NC500, we want to do Ireland. I said there's quite a lot of Europe we do want to do, but all within moderation. So yeah, we've got to plan and see what we want to do, how much time we're going to need to do that, and then, you know, is it a 2-week job when the kids are, say, on a half term, or is it a 6-week, you know, summer vacation job?
And
but
that's
yeah,
where that's where the planning really needs to come
Yeah.
in, because obviously we've already mentioned I'm term time, so you know it's always got to link in with that. And also I don't want our trips to be rushed either. I don't want to feel like, oh, I can only spend 3 hours somewhere and then I've got to move on because time restrictions, meaning that we...
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of Euro travel.
Yeah.
So...
We're on Kate.
Yes.
So Kate Matthews, what started you on YouTube and why did you do it? Couple of reasons. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm quite funny. A few people have said I'm quite funny and would be good on YouTube.
Right.
That's my friends, though. I mean, you can't always trust your friends.
No.
Can you? No, on a serious note, we'd had a bit of a joke about, did we want to start doing some vlogging, because we'd moved from a caravan over to a motorhome.
You've got to go back just one step though, because that actually came about for Oliver's birthday last year. So it was his birthday last weekend, but the year before he'd asked for a vlogging camera. He's been watching the kids sort of YouTube channel, and you got guys on there that obviously do vlogging, so this is what he asked for his birthday. So we bought him one and he used it on his birthday, and it was sat there ever since. So we'd already had this vlogging camera, and then when we made that transition from the caravan to the motorhome, we actually went to YouTube ourselves to learn some differences between the two, because obviously there are differences. And that actually got us on to the travel trolls.
No, we watched Bob Earnshaw's The Motorhome Essentials.
Yeah,
and then we found Dan and Mazzy on Travel Trolls,
But then the Travel Trolls got us watching them, and we were watching them all the time, because we, at this point, the motorhome was ordered, but we hadn't received it yet. So we kind of felt like we were living that motorhome dream, and
without having a motorhome.
Without having a motorhome, So that coupled with...
Oh, and then when we went to the Campervan and Motorhome show, our first ever one that we went to, we bumped into the Travel Trolls, and we also bumped into Rob and Lynn on tour. And what fantastic people they are, isn't it? So they chucked us on their vlogs, didn't they? Yeah. And they were like, you should start your own channel. So we thought, well, these guys must know what they're talking about. They've been going a long time. We'll give it a crack and see what happens, and that's kind of how it went. So,
if we're annoying you, you know who to go and blame.
Yeah. It's their fault.
It's their fault.
Because we had a bit of an idea, but we didn't really solidify it, did we?
No, they...
It was their kindness, I think.
So yeah, that's how we ended up on you. We go travelling, as you see, a lot anyway.
Yeah. That's
so we thought, well, for us, we can vlog a lot of different things. We go to a lot of places. We're always doing something, can we? So we thought, why not? We'll take you guys along with us.
May as well.
Right, so the next question was Instagram from Two Twinsters.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
So their question says, we love your channel. We are trying to work out where you are from. Think we may detect a neath accent. Now, this is a question we get asked a lot. Obviously, we're from Wales.
Yeah.
But people try, in Wales, like in England, we have accents. Right, so every county has its own accent. You know, Cardiff have their accent, Swansea, Neath, Bridgend, West Wales, North. There are different accents. We're from Bridgend, which is just between Cardiff.
Big up the Bridgend.
Yeah, it's just between Cardiff and Swansea.
We've had what someone said. Oh, Two Twinsters said reckon Nice. We've had a Merthyr.
Yeah. We've had valleys.
We've had valleys, yeah.
Yeah, but Bridgend. We're from Bridgend. Someone had to be, didn't they?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Bridgend. Anyway, Claire and David from Do Little Campers. What prompted you to share your ventures on YouTube? So we've touched upon it already. Yeah, like we said, we've blamed other YouTubers really for that. For giving us the guts to give it a try. So that's why we're here. And who is your favourite character in Gavin and Stacy?
I've never watched it, so you'll have to answer it.
Shameful. Now I know you're all thinking I'm going to say Nessa. But actually it's not. It's it's Pam. Gavlar's mum. Gotta love her. Gotta love her. So yeah, that's from them. Thank you very much.
Now, Adam Moore has asked, what is your favourite campsite and why? We've got a couple. I think we'll mention two, okay, because we have them both for different reasons. So there's a campsite in West Wales in St David's called Pencarnan Farm.
Insane place. It's got the weather.
It is, yeah, an absolute beautiful place. Yeah. This particular campsite has got its own little like private cove, proper beach.
And you can literally walk from that private beach as well
on
to
the coastal
more touristy coastal one.
Yeah, and there's a coastal walk on it. It is stunning.
Oh, it's lush.
Absolutely.
You can hire out canoes, pet sup boards, there's ice cream, the beers, everything over there, and then you can just walk back to your private little beach. And
yeah,
it's really lovely.
A really nice sort of tucked away one that we absolutely fell in love with. And then our second favourite one.
We're going to say something different now to each other, I bet.
Go on, you say your one.
We haven't actually discussed any of these questions before we started this.
I think that's the best way to do it, is just read them and come off the cuff. So what would be your second then? I'll say my second.
Okay, so I really like Hillside Campsite in Brixham.
Okay.
Because although it was a little bit commercialised, it wasn't over the top.
It was a really nice...
It was stunning, it had sea views.
Yeah.
You could nip on a little bus into Brixham, and I've absolutely fallen in love with Brixham. I absolutely love the place.
To be fair, it's a good shout second. For me... You've thrown me now.
Ha.
Like, what I was trying to do as well was pick campsites that were completely different, right? So we've got Hillhead.
Hillhead, yeah.
It's a CAMC site, say down in Brixham.
We've also done a video on that actually, if you want to check that out.
And then another one I like is actually the Daisy Paddock, which is a little CL site in Gloucestershire.
Oh, we're definitely a big fan of that one.
Been there a couple of times. The kids seem to like it. It is just, you know, your field. You've got your water, Elson toilet, and then it's 5 pitches. It's a favourite of mine because it's really peaceful. We know the owners quite well, and we've bumped into them a few times. And it is it's a peaceful site, but the kids can go and, you know, they can, I don't know, they like it too. They always get the ball out there. They always play, and you can see they're very comfortable there.
Yeah, that's because I think it is a small site. It is gated off. It's very safe for them. They've got the trains that go by as well.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, I just like that one.
It's a lovely little one that we do tend to use as a stopover, and we do use it quite frequently if we're going north or south, really. You can literally use it whenever.
If we're leaving late and we're heading east, and we need somewhere, we want to be there in about 2 hours, 2-3 hours. That for us, like, well, we'll stop there and say, because where it's situated, we can go north or south from there.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful little site. You know, if you're in the area, check them out. It's the Daisy Paddock.
Yeah, they are lovely.
The owners are lovely as well, and yeah, it's definitely in my top 3 for definite.
But they did say your favourite campsite and why. So we've given.
So my favourite one would be Pencarnan Farm. As a family, I think it would be Hillhead in Brixham, because
it depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, it depends what you're looking for.
We don't particularly enjoy. You might see this on a couple of our other videos. The over commercialised sites we really struggle with, don't we?
Well, we don't struggle with them. We just don't enjoy them as much. But the kids love them, so we try and do a mix of all of it.
The Hillhead one is really good value for money.
Yeah. You've
got your sea views. Everybody is really friendly. They can't do enough for you.
And it's not too commercial.
And it's not over the top.
Yeah.
It's got everything
for those kind of campsites, definitely is my favourite.
Yeah. So that's, I think, why we had 2, because Pencarnan is my favourite of all time, I think. And then my Hillhead is my favourite commercial. So, but they both do cater for families, and it does really depend on what you're looking for. Although I will say both of them, you know, if you want to get on them, book them early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and our last question. You going to do this one?
Okay. Sorry, Richard Price, thank you very much. How do the kids settle into van life? Well, as we've already said, we've spent many years now camping in caravans, so they've been very used to being able to go away on weekends, used to the packing, used to making friends wherever we go. I think if anything, the motorhome has just added to the excitement for them and us, because we've now got the ability to go wherever we want at short notice.
Yeah.
We're very spontaneous as a family. We tend not to book anything in advance really, but we are going to have to get used to that planning next year.
A little bit. I think when we
miss out otherwise.
Yeah, so when we did make the switch from the caravan to the motorhome, our eldest Oliver was a bit nervous, I think, because of the change. But yeah, as soon as they were away in it, you know, it is very similar to caravanning, and you can go away just as much in the caravan as well.
Well, we can't, because you can't tow.
But obviously a lot of you do caravan and a lot of you do motorhoming. For me, I like the rigid axle as opposed to having that pivot in the middle. But that's another story altogether. So I have towed.
He's not very good at it.
Have I ever crashed?
Well, one time he came so close, right? So I literally...
It was like that.
Well, after that we didn't tow again. Did we? We didn't. Let's just be honest about it.
Well, I had to tow it back, didn't I? Because that was actually when we went down to Dawlish Warren.
Yeah, in the caravan.
Yeah. But there was this tight bend, to be fair, and there was a bridge. And even if you're just two cars, one has to wait for the other anyway. Well, we were already committed. This car comes bombing up, slams his brakes on. I'm already coming through, and as I was trying to get around him, because of the angles, the back end of the caravan must have... Well,
I don't even think... I think it was more millimetres.
Yeah, it was, to be fair, very close. But I wasn't racing around it. I saw it, and I was watching, and... You know, if he was concerned, he would have reversed as well. But never crashed it. So the kids, yeah, love it. They've settled. You know, they get in the caravan life that they were used to anyway. And what we had done for the last couple of years with the caravan was we were sighting it. So you know, you're always stuck in that one spot, which is in a way it's good because you say you have that familiarisation, you know the area.
You make your
but
friends.
On the other hand of it. It can become, you know, we're young, it can become repetitive, and you've done everything in that area and you start repeating yourself, whereas now we've gone to the motorhome, we've gone back to what we were like in our early days in the caravan, where we are travelling a lot more with it.
We're big kids now, aren't we?
Yeah, so it's just allowing us, you know, I'm happy to go, I'll take this anyway. I've taken this down some pretty sketchy roads already, but I feel my dimensions, I know what it's capable of going through.
You're definitely more confident with this than you were the caravan.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I much prefer, and I'm sure a lot of motorhomers would agree, they prefer, I think it comes down to that fixed axle. We just prefer to drive a motorhome over having the caravan. Now there is a disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you don't have the car.
Because you don't get the car. Like we're local this weekend, so we have got the car. So yeah, that's all our questions, guys. Thanks for asking them, because, you know, that could have flopped massively and made us look like fools.
But thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate all the effort and time, as we've already said, that you took to comment and drop us a like. And if you don't mind subscribing, tell your friends about us. That would be amazing. Keep our channel going. Give us the guts to continue. And
not the guts, the motivation.
Yeah.
Anyway, until next time, we'll see you in a bit.
Bye!